Welcome to Passion for the Pastime, where baseball lives 24/7, 365. Catch conversations with beat writers, broadcasters, current and former players of all levels. Now here's your host,
Walter Balsetta. Whoops, I fumbled. I got to get out of here.
Walter Balsetta.
Yo, what is up, everybody? I gotta whisper a little bit, to be honest. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Passion for the Pastime. Early morning here on a Saturday. Couple minutes behind, couple minutes late. So my apologies for that. But that is the real world when you're dealing with the kids. So yes, I will be reminding everyone that I do have a son, and that is priority. I will be reminding you every time that I have a show here on Passion for the Pastime. Because I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited to be a dad. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Passion for the Pastime here on a Saturday morning. New room. I don't know what that means. Oh, like my setup? No, it's the same spot, bro. I just have the camera essentially off to the side a little bit. There's the TV and everything. Yeah, no, not the new room, just a different angle, for the lighting of my face. But what's up, everybody? Welcome to Passion for the Pastime. What's up, Otis? I see you in here as well. Rockin' New Era and everyone else who will be trickling in here on a Saturday morning because we are excited. We're excited that the Giants season is getting underway, or rather the Cactus League season is getting underway with spring training starting for the Giants. The first game today, a little bit after 12 o'clock, 12:05 is the first pitch in Arizona. Technically, it's 1:05 in Arizona because they don't have the time change, but Giants will be going up against the Seattle Mariners, which the Mariners had a great season last year. They're looking to build on that, and they acquired a player that the Giants had their eye on, Brendan Donovan. Not that any of that matters in spring training day one, but just to look at storylines going into the season. But what is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome to Passion for the Pastime. As I did mention earlier at the start of the show, we did start a little bit late, right? We started at 10:13, and that's where, we get into a little bit of the unpredictability of what this show will be moving forward, right? I applaud you guys for your patience. And I'll try to do this with some regularity, but you just never know. You just never know. Life happens, man. I put down the baby, fed him this morning, around like 8 o'clock, I think, maybe 7, put him to sleep, had him sleeping on my chest for like 30 minutes. I was just like, all right, we're good. We're going to wrap him up. We're going to swaddle him. We're going to put him down. But I didn't put him upstairs. I left him on the couch because we have a little lounger here on the couch. And it's really comfy. It's really cozy, right? So he's sleeping, and then I thought about it as I started like prepping my voice, right, of what I'm projecting. I hope you guys can hear me, right? Everything's good. I was setting up everything this morning in the dark a little bit. Hopefully everything is sounding good. But yeah, so I started practicing my voice as to like what I was gonna top out at on the podcast. And I was over there. I had like a mirror shining down on baby Christian, and every time I spoke, he was just like, "What'd you say, Dad? What'd you say, Dad?" I was just like, "Oh, damn, this isn't gonna happen." So I took him upstairs. The reason why I wanted to keep him down here is we're going through a little bit of a sleep what's it called? Sleep reduction? No, it's not a sleep reduction, but it's reverting. Damn, I forgot what the phrase was. Hannah would know. I'll ask her later. But sleep regression. Sleep regression is what he's going through right now. So he's not sleeping. He's not napping entirely as much as he used to when he was younger. So he's moving a little bit. But we'll get through this part of the show. I got the baby monitor here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Got the monitor going, so we are good to go. So yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to Passion for the Pastime here on a Saturday. We do have the Giants taking on the Mariners later today. We'll talk about the Giants in a little bit, but I do want to get out to the text line here real quick before we move forward, just to say our hellos, because that is a tradition here on Passion for the Pastime. So let's go out to Rockin'. Heyo. Yep, he is the first one in the room per usual. Yes, it is. It is a good morning, Rockin'. What's up, man? What is this? Am I dreaming? Yeah, I thought we were all dreaming when we got this thing up and going, and the fact that he's sleeping right now, trying to get through this podcast. As I might have to cut it short. I'll be a little honest with you guys. I might have to cut it a little short, but we'll talk. We'll have a good time while we are together. Let's see. Hey, Walter, what's up? Otis, good to see you in here as well. Lori Galvin, hello, good morning to you. Let's see who else is in here. Otis, good morning. Yep. And that's good. That's where we are. Rockin' Passion is where the great stream interaction. Yeah, dude, and that's the thing. It's not just a show for me, right? I mean, it's not just I mean, it's something that I do for fun, right? But doing the show, the interaction with you guys is next level. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of fun, and you don't really get that on a lot of you don't really get that with a lot of different podcasts, you know what I mean? Not to throw shade to anything or anyone doing their thing. I mean, they're doing their thing, right? But for me, coming from the listener's perspective, I've been a long time listener of podcasts and radio, and I've always wanted to be included, right? And I remember the first time when they integrated the text line at KMBR. I started texting in, and then you'd get text back or they'd read it on air. I'm just like, that is cool, man. Like, that's awesome. They acknowledge me. I'm part of the conversation. And that's kind of what I want to do here. Right. And Rockin' brings that up, and I know you guys feel it and I feel it. So, I mean, it's genuine, right? I'm not forcing it or anything. We're just having a conversation, bro. Like we're just talking like we're at a bar, like we're at a lunch or whatever, at a brewery, whatever, eating tacos, like, you know what I mean? Like, like whatever we're doing in our normal lives. That's kind of what this conversation is we're talking sports, we're talking Giants. Obviously we'll get into analytics, and we'll get into the nitty gritty, but we're just having a great conversation. And yeah, Rockin' brings that up. Walter talks with us, not at us. And that's, this conversation, this podcast wouldn't go on probably as long as it has if it wasn't for you guys and the interaction that we get. So love having the interaction with you guys. So if you guys have any conversation that you want to bring up, any questions about the Giants moving forward, I mean, we'll be doing this. I might try to do it on the weekends, because the weekends are probably the easier time for me to do it, right? I mean, I was doing Giants warm up 2 years ago, right? No longer doing that, surprise, but no longer doing that. And now I have weekends a little bit open, and I'm not stretched for time. So maybe this is the new normal for us. Maybe we're doing Saturday, Sunday morning shows, leading into Giants games or even after games, and maybe we're doing late night streams. I don't know. I don't know what the podcast is going to look like, but remember to hit a like, set your notifications. Anytime that we go live, you will be aware of the situation of when we're going live, because I mean, hell, the Giants might blow like a 5-run lead in the 9th inning, and I might need to get something off my chest, and I might do it. You know what I mean? So we'll see what it looks like moving forward. But what's up, everybody? Good to see everyone this morning. And there he is. Oh, Roberto Martinez. What's up, bro? Walter the GOAT. What's up, dude? Good to see you in here as well. And let's see, Rockin' has something to say. What are your actual expectations for the Giants? I don't know what to expect from this team or with this team. Better record than last season. That's a good question, man. And I think that is it's a loaded question. It's a loaded question, because you look at everything that the Giants have done this offseason, or the lack thereof that they did this offseason. Because what were we talking about when I was doing shows on a semi-regular basis? I came back for like 3 weeks. But when I came back, we started talking about the offseason. We were getting ready for the winter meetings, and we were getting excited about the Giants and what this could be for year 2. We saw what Buster did last year with Willie Adames, saw the need, went and got it, addressed it. So then we were looking at this year's team and what were the needs at that time, right? They needed to improve defensively. They needed to improve their rotation. They needed to improve their bullpen. Now, if I'm sitting here on February 21st telling you that all of those things were checked off and crossed off and we're good to go, I would be lying to you. Now, did they improve their defense? They did in the outfield. I think that they did, but also we don't know what the hell Elliot Ramos is going to be. Like we don't know how he's going to transition from last year, or rather go from last year into this year with a different mentality as far as being a plus defender, right? Or just even being serviceable, man. Like he would throw balls in the dirt, and I'm just like, yo, I saw somebody do that on my little league Giants team when I was playing when I was 10 years old. Like I don't expect to see that in the major leagues. Like how's he looking at third base and throws it to center? Like that was my same thought when I was 10 years old playing little league in baseball. And I saw that on a major league field. All right. And don't get me wrong, I love me some Elliot Ramos. I think that he is part of the success of this Giants team moving forward. If not, then he's a great trade piece because he has a great bat. I think his projections right now is 23 home runs, which I think is a little low. I think it's a little low. I think he's closer to like 25 to 28 range. I think he could hit that. But anyways, I digress. But looking at that specifically, and then looking at Jung-Hoo Lee and what he did in the outfield, he had a regression, and he was supposed to be this plus defender, right? And I think it was just confidence. I think it was confidence. He was going through kind of the lulls of a 162 that he's still adapting to, right? So then you look at those two positions, and now you're moving him over to right field. I think that that's a good move, right? I think he has the range of a center fielder. Now, how is he going to play the ball off the wall, the caroms and all that, different dimensions in right field? I think he has a decent arm, so that's not really a problem in right field. But you need to have, essentially, we all know in Oracle Park, you need to have several center fielders to cover that right field, center field gap out there. So having Jung-Hoo Lee essentially being center fielder 2, I think is great. I think is a really good. And then you have Harrison Bader, who, if you guys remember when we were talking about the free agents earlier in December, he was listed as number 6 on my free agent list, right? As far as who I thought the Giants could go after, because it made a lot of sense. His bat plays in the ballpark. But most importantly, his defense plus defender, gold glove caliber. That's exactly what the Giants needed. Now, it was interesting to see, like, okay, would they put him in center field and move Jung-Hoo Lee? Would they trade Jung-Hoo Lee? Nobody wants that contract. And so there was that's why he was lower on my list, because it made sense in the aspect of the player to the team, but did it make sense as far as like the personnel that you already have, right? So I didn't even think that they would move Jung-Hoo Lee over to right field. But it made sense. It made sense, right? So they drastically improved their outfield, because I think with Harrison Bader being in center field, that does improve everyone else around you, right? I mean, it's kind of like having Steph Curry on the court running around. It makes an average shooter like I was gonna say Bajemski, but he can't shoot for shit. But it makes an average shooter, Guy Santos. It makes an average shooter look like they can ball with the big boys, right? It just makes everyone around them better. And I think Harrison Bader does that. And knowing, and here's my thought process also, knowing that Jung-Hoo Lee has that range in right field, I could assume that Jung-Hoo Lee will be shading over to the gap, just like how every player plays right field at Oracle Park. He's going to shade over to the gap. Harrison Bader is going to move over a little bit more to left to help out Elliot Ramos. And that's how the defense gets better, in my opinion. So going back to the question, though, is, I mean, that was one part of it, right? Is the defense. They improved the defense a little bit. They did in that aspect. Now, the other part is what the hell is going on with second base, right? Because we were talking about defense, we were talking about the positions of need. It was in the outfield, and it was obviously the rotation and back end of the bullpen. But second base was a glaring need, and that was a glaring conversation for us when we had John Shea on. If the Giants were content going forward with Casey Schmidt, now we fast forward, they weren't content with having that as their solution at second base. Now he'll be on the roster. He'll be a backup utility. He'll spell pretty much everyone in the infield. I mean, he's going to have a glove for all 4 positions, right? So he'll have a first base glove. He'll have obviously his second base. He'll have shortstop, and he'll have third base out there. So he can play all over the infield. I think that's great. I think that's a great fit for Casey Schmidt. Now, having him being forced in there at second base, that was the big question. They bring in Luis Arise, but that doesn't help you defensively, right? That doesn't help you defensively. But then you factor in the coaching hires, which I think was equally as important. I mean, I know the coaches don't go out there and win games, and we're talking about coaches and players go out and win games, but the coaching staff that they surrounded Tony Vitello with this offseason, I think it's just pure class all around, man. I mean, you look at specifically with Ron Washington, and I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to that interview earlier this or yesterday morning with Ron Washington and Murphy Marcus. They were out at spring training. Ron Washington is a freaking goat, man. And when he talks, I mean, everybody listens. You know what I mean? Everybody listens to that man. And he is the defensive guru. Now, can he help Bryce Eldridge turn into the first baseman of the future that the Giants are hoping that he can be? Can he help elevate Rafael Devers, right? And most importantly, second base, can he make Luis Arise a serviceable, and I wouldn't necessarily say serviceable second baseman, because he's played second base in the major leagues, right? I mean, his range is limited. You gotta know that. But Ron Washington, he just has a way of working with guys. I mean, you go back and look at his work with Ozzie Albies, and you look at his work most notably with Marcus Semien. I mean, this guy turns, below average to guys that have just cinder blocks as hands. He has the regimen to make them into a average to above average fielder, right? So now, is that the same thing with Luis Arise in this current position of his career? I don't know if we're talking about career reclamation project, but I do think that it won't be as big of a problem as people are looking at with Luis Arise and his defense. He's a big leaguer, man. He's going to go out there and he's going to ball. And most importantly, man, he adds a lot of depth to this lineup now. We'll talk about that in a little bit if we do have time. We'll talk about the depth of this Giants lineup now. It's not, it's not the Dodgers. It's not the Yankees. You can't keep comparing to the Dodgers. Obviously, that is the stick, but let's compare you can't even compare them to the Blue Jays. Let's compare it to other teams. Okay, because not everyone is the Blue Jays, not everyone is the Dodgers. But I do think that adding Luis Arise, it does add a little bit more to this Giants lineup. But to answer the question, Rockin', I guess I was a long-winded way of me saying the expectation level and just kind of going into the season. Did they do enough? Did they do? I guess I'm answering the question with another question. Did they do enough to improve this roster? And is it better than 81 games? Like, is it better than 500? I do think that another big factor to that is the manager. I mean, I talked about the coaches around Tony Vitello, but I didn't talk about Tony Vitello himself, right? So I think that is a huge factor as well. But the players are on the field. The players are the ones that are playing the game and winning the games and executing. It's not all on coaching. So I do think that the Giants are marginally better. I'm saying maybe 83 wins. But again, that's just how I'm feeling right now. We have to go through spring. We have to see if anyone takes the reins and takes control of their destiny in spring. Because the reason why I'm so low on the Giants is the part that we didn't even talk about, and I'll toss out to you guys. How do you guys feel about the offseason and how it went with what they needed? Because I think the biggest thing that they needed was pitching, and they did not do that. I know Tyler Mahle is a big league pitcher. I know Adrian Hauser has been around for a while, but those aren't the guys that you needed to get, man. Like, I wanted to get a Framber freaking Valdez. Like that's the type of guys that the Giants needed to address this pitching staff with. You're not filling it with Tyler Mahle. You're not filling it with Adrian Hauser. That's my big my big takeaway, or not my takeaway, but my big feeling about this team is that in years past, at least they had a decent rotation, or it was projected out to be a little bit more than decent, right? They had depth. They had all these arms in the minor leagues. I just don't know if they have the arms to win this race and to win that many games more than what they did last year. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I know I got off on a tangent. I hadn't talked in a while. I did see a question of Rockin'. I'm on two screens here. I did see a screen or a question of Rockin'. Is the cruise line up and open? Yes, it is. But I do have it on silent. So I will, if you're going to give me a call, go ahead and give me a call at 925-392-5348. That is the phone line, the cruise line. It is always up and operational for you guys when we are on this podcast. We should be good to go. So go ahead and give me a call if you guys want to chime in on the Giants. But let's go back out to the crew or the text line rather. That was a great question to get us started and get me going rocking. You got me all fired up at 10:30 in the morning. I didn't even know what time it is at 10:30 in the morning. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Otis Bird, the Giants improved a bit, but there's still a lot of question marks. Was hoping that they would have added another starter. What can Hauser and Malley really do? Yeah, look, see, that and you're right, Otis. I mean, we're on the same wavelength, right? I just said that, and you said that way before I did. So you're ahead of it. What can Adrian Hauser and Malley do? I think that they are serviceable guys that'll go out there and get you consistently to the fifth inning. But then again, we're talking about starters. We didn't even bring up the bullpen. The bullpen hasn't improved. So, I just don't know how good this rotation can be. And especially if you have guys going, 4 or 5 consistently, well, then how does the bullpen manage that load? Because you're going to have to go in there and get a lot of innings if guys can't go deep. And that's my biggest concern because outside of Logan Webb, Robbie Ray, I think that he's going to have a regression this year. I'm just being 100% honest with you guys. I think that Robbie Ray is going to have a regression, and it's only natural that Landon Roop has a regression. So who else can put it together for the San Francisco Giants on that pitching front? It's going to be really interesting. But the fact that they went Adrian Hauser, they're big leaguers. The fact that they went Adrian Hauser and Tyler Malley to fill in rotation spots, essentially 3 and 4, is a little bizarre to me. But again, with Buster, you give him the benefit of the doubt. He's going out there. He's not going to get the prettiest name, but he's going to get ballers. He's going to get guys that can go out there, just good ball players. You know what I mean? And that is what Adrian Hauser and Malley are. Will it get you to a postseason? Will it get you NL West? Maybe NL West is shooting too high, but will it get you a wild card spot? I don't necessarily know. I don't know. But I do think that it's forcing the hand of some of the. I think that's what Buster's trying to do. Is that he's trying to make it a competition. He's trying to have these guys come in there that are veterans that can hold the spots until the rookies, until the young guys can prove that they have what it takes. And that's mainly Carson Wisenhunt, who was pumping 97 miles an hour yesterday in his bullpen session. That's mainly Carson Seymour. That's mainly Hayden Birdsong, right? That I was so high on last year. He just kind of fell off a cliff, but I'm not giving up on Hayden Birdsong. I think that he can turn it around. He is actually on the mound today, so it'll be fun to see him on the mound. But we do have a phone call. I believe I connected it correctly. Let's see. Let's go out to the cruise line. Is my first caller of the morning there?
Hey yo!
What's
going on, Walter?
What's up, Rockin'? How you doing, bro?
Do I need to whisper too? Do I need to keep quiet so I won't wake up Christian?
No, you're good. I got you in the headphones. You're good. Don't make me laugh too loud. Don't want to wake up the little.
Oh, I'll try not to then. What's good, Walter? Good to have you back, man. We missed you.
Yeah, bro. I heard about it. Danny Dunn. Shout out Danny Dunn. I don't know if he's in here. He might be sleeping or hungover. It's 10:40. So I did text him yesterday. I was like, hey, dude, you want to jump on the pod? And he was just like, oh no, I'm gonna be sleeping. I was like, it's 10 o'clock. What the hell? And by the way, you said the same thing. So I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? I can't sleep in past like 5 o'clock in the morning anymore.
Well, I didn't go to bed till like around 2 o'clock, so that's why I wake up late.
Well, what are you doing up at 2 o'clock in the morning? Actually, don't answer that question. You keep that to yourself. I don't want to know what you're doing at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Watching movies.
Yeah,
Just staying up late, catching up on shows and movies.
kind of movies you watching, rocking?
I think it's called Another Bad Decision with Leonardo DiCaprio. His recent one with Benicio del Toro.
Oh, okay. Then look at you. Look at you. Is that a good movie? Should I watch it? Should I check it out? I'm a big Leo fan.
It was pretty good. It's just only it's like 2.5 hours long.
Dude, see, hey, look, that's that's my struggle, man. Look, trying to find a movie that is under or close to 2 hours. That's a commitment, bro. But what's so funny is that you look at a movie and it's like, oh god, it's 2 hours 45 minutes of my life. But then I can sit there and binge like a whole season of just whatever show like for 8 hours, like Stranger Things. Watch the whole freaking show 6 hours just on the couch. I'm just like, oh dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Like you can binge watch for 8 hours, but when it comes to movies, like over 2 hours, like I can't do it.
Yeah, no, it's I think it's just mental. I think it's mental. You see the long commitment for 2 hours, but you're like, no, I can't sit straight for 240, but I can sit there 4 times at 50 minutes. I could do that. You know what I mean? And it actually turns out to be longer, but you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's the mind block that we all have to get past. But yeah, no, man, I missed you guys too. Shout out Danny Dunn. By the way, that's why we got on this tangent, which he's probably watching movies at 2 a.m. As well, because he's a big movie guy. But yeah, he shot me a text yesterday, and apparently you guys, you Otis and others in the YouTube chat, you guys were talking about how you missed the podcast, and I was just like, oh well, just so happens that I was planning on doing a show today, but I guess I should let you guys know, and that's when I sent you a text. You didn't believe me, and I said, watch this, and then I popped on the car. So yeah, no, man, I missed you guys. I'm going to try to do this as regularly as I can, but as I mentioned at the beginning, everything's so unpredictable. You can't really plan these things. It just kind of happens.
Well, Walter, you don't gotta lie. I know Danny Dunn threatened you with a batarang to your car window like he did last time.
Yeah, when he broke into the Mustang. Yeah. No, for sure, dude. He was like, you better do a damn show or I'm gonna pop your tires. I'm like, whoa, Danny. Why are you choosing violence? God, man, I'm just trying to go home.
And then he was gonna drown you with a open ketchup packet.
yeah. He's gonna waterboard me with the ketchup. Yeah, dude, that's incredible. That's incredible stuff. But yeah, man. No, thank you for calling in, Rockin'. I really appreciate you, man. How you feeling about this Giants team? Like we were talking, you asked me for my expectations. What are your expectations for this Giants team going into 2026? I know it's early. I know we're talking about the Giants on February 21st, the first day of spring. But what are your expectations as of right now?
That's what I don't know. I mean, with Vitello not having experience in the big leagues, I don't know how much of the college thing can translate. I mean, I like his energy. Don't get me wrong. It's a total 180 to Bomel. Because Bomel was like,
oh yeah, you had to
check in the dugout,
dude. You had to check if Bomel had a pulse like half the time. It's like, is he sleeping or did he just die in the dugout? Like what's he doing?
Basically,
yeah, bro.
He was like, weekend at Bernie's. Here's just a dead body in there.
Hey, if it was a weekend at Bernie's, then who's responsible for all the managerial choices of last year? Who was controlling him and really was the problem of the Giants if it was a weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah, so that's what I don't know. I was like, yeah, I mean, they made a few upgrades. Center field, obviously, we thought it was going to be a right fielder, but I think that was a good move of putting Bader in center field and moving Jungle Lee to right. I think that definitely is an upgrade in the outfield. And then second base, I like his bat, but defense, defense, I don't think we can count on him being a Gold Glove, obviously.
Yeah, well, no, he's not.
But I'll take his bat for sure in the lineup.
He's not going to be a Gold. What's so funny is about Luis Ariz. Everyone was talking about when he signed, and me included. Everybody was talking about what he can't do, right? Like, oh, he can't run, he can't field, he doesn't walk, he strikes out, or he doesn't strike out, but he doesn't walk, and everything. He doesn't have power, and it's like
Bader strikes out.
Yeah, Bader strikes out a lot. but they're like, he doesn't have power. But it's just like, okay, but he gets the ball in play. You know what I mean? Like he gets the ball in play. He keeps the line moving. And with that outfield, in Oracle Park, I feel like, and he goes the opposite way a lot too. So I feel like he can spread the ball to all fields to where that how can you not want this Giants team to improve in that factor? Because this Giants team was getting like 3-4 hits a night sometimes. And it's like, dude, Luis Arias can get 3 by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really know where everybody comes in on Luis Arias. And here's my thing too, is he lost his job at second base for the Padres because Jake Cronenworth was there. Jake Cronenworth is a damn good fielder, right? Luis Arias, I don't think he's as bad as people are saying that he is. I'm just being 100%. I don't think that he's as bad. Like was that the market kind of saying, they're trying to get a good hitter on a cheap deal, but nobody was really going after Luis Arias. So maybe there is some truth to it, but I just don't think that he's as bad as a fielder as people are letting on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was like Marcus Semien when he was first put at shortstop or second base. I don't think he's that bad.
Yeah.
But then we got Ron Washington, so I think that's going to help him too.
Well,
look what Ron Washington did with Marcus Semien.
Well, and that's the thing, dude. I mean, the Dodgers are getting excited about Kyle Tucker and Yamamoto and Roki Sasaki, but we're getting excited about Ron Washington. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a little different, but I will say that is a factor, bro. Like having Ron Washington there, not only for this season, but just to instill good habits in these young fielders, like in Casey Schmidt, if he's going to be here for multiple seasons, and mainly Bryce Eldridge, right? I mean, he's going to help out Rafi Devers, but I think Rafi Devers has a good handle on how to do first base. He's a big leader. He played third base out there. It's different with the footwork and anticipation and all that kind of stuff and the angles. But Ron Washington, man, that was one of the big hires that I was really on board with. And then after you hear the conversation, I don't know if you heard it yesterday morning with Murph and Marcus. But after you hear that conversation, man, like I texted Murph during the interview. I texted him. I was just like, dude, I want to run through a freaking wall right now. Like Ron Washington's my guy.
Ron Washington is the man. I really like that pickup. Shoot, when Ron Washington was in Texas, he was getting more hits than the Giants lineup last season.
Yeah, dude. No, that's insane. That's insane. But no, Ron Washington, he's a good dude, man. He's a good baseball mind, and we talk about.
I can listen to Ron Washington talk all day about baseball and fielding.
Sure, dude, for sure. Like I told you guys when it first went down in December, go watch the videos on YouTube if you haven't. Like his clinic on how to field baseballs and hitting the fungo and all that kind of stuff. Just take a look at that on YouTube after the show, and you'll just go down the rabbit hole of the greatness of what is Ron Washington. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, he beats the Tommy Mansky drills by 1,000. Oh, yeah. Tommy Mansky ain't got nothing on Ron Washington.
Oh yeah, man, yeah, for sure. Well, rockin'. So let me ask you, what are you most excited about this Giants team? What will bring you to the ballpark?
The crab sandwich.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I'm very hopeful and optimistic that the offense will be better. I think with the addition of Devers, I don't know. Obviously, I think the team underperformed with the talent we have. Sure. So hopefully with the full off season and meshing better together, like I think the offense will be better. Yeah. But like you said earlier, I don't think they did enough on the pitching side for them to improve. And then Robbie Ray's on his last year, so either he's going to show out or possibly get injured because he has been injured in the past. So that's kind of a wild card right there. Yeah. After Webb, it's just kind of like I don't know.
We'll see, and that's why for sure I wanted to have the Giants get a a like a ace 1B, you know what I mean? Like that's why I wanted them to get a Framber Valdez. And it made sense for me. I mean, shit, now the Tigers have a really freaking a really good pitching staff. They might be the second favorites behind the Blue Jays. I'm not entirely sure on that, but as far as the betting odds, but I wanted Framber because it solved two things. It got you a guy, and I do agree with Roberto Martinez. I do agree with something that he said. He said that the Giants aren't one pitcher and one hitter away from being successful, right? And that's why he was okay with how they went about it this offseason. I do think that there is merit to that. I think that is actually spot on, really accurate. But the thing that I look at is Framber Valdez didn't only solve a hole for this year, it solves it for moving into the future because he is that lefty pitcher that can take over after Robbie Ray is done with his contract this year. That's why I wanted that so much. And it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that progresses. I do think that they didn't want to spend the money with the pitching, and it does also make sense in a way. I know we want all these signings, but they didn't make the signings with the pitchers because they didn't want to clog up the positions for some of these young guys that they have a lot invested in. And that's talking about Carson Wisenhunt, that's talking about Carson Seymour, Trevor McDonald, and Hayden Birdsong. You know what I mean? Like that's the next crop. And Buster kind of did say that in the winter meetings when he was out there. He's like, we need to improve from within. And I think that was a direct call to action for, hey, you want to be a pitcher in the major leagues? You have an opportunity on this roster, and we need you to perform to the level that we think that you're capable of performing. So that's going to be something to watch as well. But Rockin', dude, appreciate you, man. What are your plans for the rest of the day?
Plans for today? Gonna shave off the beard because I got a wedding to go to today.
You're gonna shave the Joe Thornton, the Patty Marley?
Yeah, dude. I'm shaving off the Thornton beard.
That was pretty fucking long when I saw you on Friday. I was like, I think that's what I said to you. I was like, damn, you're growing out the hockey beard.
Yeah, but then again, summer's gonna come out here, and summer's out here.
That's gonna be itchy, bro. Yeah, you can't have a long one. You gotta keep it trimmed. You gotta keep it trimmed.
Yeah,
I don't even think I can get to that level of beard. Like this is, if you're watching on the stream, this is like the most that I can get. This is like 3 years worth. You know what I mean?
Like it doesn't grow in, or that's just how long you'll keep it long?
No, I'm just saying this is just like as long as it gets. I mean, it gets longer, obviously, but I trim it. But like to your level, like a hockey beard, there's no way. And then the longer I let it grow on my cheeks, I have patches. So it's not the greatest looking beard. but I'm trying. I'm a young man in my 18. In my late teens, trying to grow.
You gotta get to the second stage of puberty.
Yeah, dude. I'm going through it. I'm going through it. You can hear my voice crack every so often too. But dude, hey, Rockin'.
So yes, it was a hockey sweater. Yeah, you are correct.
Hockey sweater. Yeah, you don't call it a jersey, bro. Those hockey fans, they'll set you on fire. Like they will run you out of the building. You do not want to call it a jersey. It is a sweater. And is that why you guys brought up Nicole V yesterday? Because of how crazy she is. Okay. I was thinking, I was like, why'd you guys bring up Nicole V? I was like, what? Why are you guys talking about her? I know she's a hockey fan, but why did you guys? Okay, so she's one of those gatekeepers that's like, it's a freaking sweater. It's not a jersey.
Not only that, but she'll be like, don't talk about my Sharks. You guys weren't on them before. Keep the Sharks out of your mouth.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you didn't like them when they suck, so you can't like them when they're good. Which
basically that sums it up.
It's like, well, if they suck, I'm not going to pay attention. If they're good, I'm gonna pay attention. Like that's just
exactly
the law of nature. I Well,
Exactly.
can't go against nature. I mean, come on, Nicole V. What are you doing?
And is that your USA men's national hat again, or
Yes. It's
is that the extra WBC?
No. It's after you said that because I was just so hyped for WBC, and I think I wore it during the WBC the last time. But after you said that, and I looked, I was driving in the car. I looked in the rearview mirror, and I looked at the crest. I was like, oh, you know what? That is the soccer crest. So, or the football crest. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
But,
football. Yeah.
football. But yeah, bro. Yeah, no, you called me out on that. Kudos to you. You know your hats. You know your symbols.
I do. I was not calling you out. I corrected you.
Yeah,
There you
called
go.
me out. You called me out. Whatever phrase you want to use. You called me out, Rocket.
Well, don't read the newspaper while you're driving, like Greg Papa.
Dude, I'm gonna have to ask him that on Monday, and I'm gonna report back to you guys when I get onto the to the podcast next. Maybe I'll have Greg Papa on. Who knows? Maybe I'll have Papa on. He'll tell the story.
There you go.
Guys.
I had to know about the box scores against Toronto and the Bucks, Walter. It was very important to me.
Excuse me, officer. You're interrupting my morning reading. I needed to know what the Buffalo Sabres did last night.
Do you not recognize his voice, officer?
Don't you know who I am? I'm Greg Papa. I'm the voice. I'm the voice of the Bay Area. Don't you know?
Well, all right. I'll let you go, Walter. Maybe AJ's trying to call in, so I'll let him have his shine as well.
All right,
well, appreciate you coming back, and hopefully you'll be on again this coming week or next weekend.
I'll be on soon, dude. I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you always being a past timer and always calling in, dude. I appreciate you, man. So have a good weekend. Be safe, and we'll talk soon.
All right, thank you too, and keep clear of the Denny Dunn packets and batarang.
All right, we'll do. See you, bro. All right, and I think you guys can hear it. We had one phone call and we go to another, but let me go ahead and put them in standby. I see you on there, AJ Cruz. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna go through the text line real quick because we're catching up here. Last time that I was in here was 10:25. Peter Galvin is checking in. What's up, Peter? Who in the NL do you think has the best shot against the Dodgers this year after all the offseason moves? In the NL, no one. I don't think that there is anyone that could match the Dodgers at this current stage. Now, can that change? Can other teams improve? What do teams do at the trade deadline? I could definitely see teams coming into the race, maybe the Mets, but the Mets are always going to Met, bro. So my big thing is we just have to accept the inevitable. The Dodgers are going to be in the World Series this year, and who in the AL is going to be able to stop them? I think that Toronto can do it. Did they learn from their mistakes? Are they going to be able to get back there? I think that they're one of the best teams in the American League. But if you're looking for a savior from the National League, I don't think that there's one. Here's my thing. Who in the NL do you think has the best shot against the Dodgers? No one. The only team that can beat the Dodgers is themselves. That they have to get hurt. Okay, they have to get injured massively. Shohei needs to end up on the with Tommy John, and I don't want to see that. I love to see all these players play, but I'm just saying, I'm joking in that the Dodgers, the only way that they're getting beaten, they're not getting to the World Series, is if they're drastically, and it's possible because they've gone deep so frequently in the past couple of years. So it's possible, wear and tear, right? And just naturally. But the only way that they don't get there is if they are so banged up towards the end. But even last year, they were banged up all freaking year. And then everyone showed up in October and just like, all right, let's go do this thing. So again, I don't know if there is a team in the National League that can beat the Dodgers other than themselves. And my AL pick would be the Toronto Blue Jays if they can finish things off. So let's continue into look, see, me and Otis are just always on the same wavelength. That's why I love my guy Otis. You would think that I'm stealing from Otis's answers, but I didn't even read his comment. But there it is. He's answering Peter's question. The Mets and the Phillies are interesting. Phillies are interesting. I think that their pitching is a little bit more diminished now. I'd have to go back and look at their depth chart. I'm not entirely sure where they're at pitching wise, but I do think that their pitching needs to be a little bit improved. So let's go ahead and get through here. Mets, yep. The Mets in a lot of ways. The cruise line up and running. Yes, it is. Yankees fan calls them the Mets. Nice. AJ Cruz, yo, I'm here. Yeah, you are here. You're on the line too, Cruz. So let's go ahead and go to AJ real quick. I've let him sit there and marinate for 3 minutes. So let's go see what AJ Cruz is doing on the cruise line. AJ, what is up, my guy? How you doing, bro?
Finally, Walter E. Chewbacca has come back to YouTube. Man, where you been, Walter?
What you mean, man? Where I've been? I've
man.
been having a kid. Not myself. I didn't push him out, but
yeah,
I had a kid.
Yeah, I think Hannah did most of the work. You kind of just showed up at the right time.
She did most of the work. She did do most of the work. I didn't do anything. I was just there.
You were just hanging around.
I was just hanging. I was just waiting. Like, hey, what,
you don't have
to
explain it. Hey, well. Hey man, I got three of my own. I know exactly how to hang around at the right time. So but
hell yeah, man.
Was it good? That's not. But hey, let me just get this out of the way. I'm going to a wedding in April, and I'm keeping my shit. Okay, I'm trimming it up, so there's no need to get rid of it. I mean, come on, why are you getting rid of it? If it look like tacky, then you got to get rid of it. You know what I mean? But nah. I'm all you got to do is put a little oil on it, comb it now and then, trim it when appropriate, and then you can just keep it rocking. No pun intended, year round. So
wait, but did you see how long his beard was though? Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of it either. I would trim it up, but I don't know. Maybe Rockin doesn't have the precision to trim that thing. He's just like, I got to shave it all.
Yeah,
maybe he doesn't have the fine hand. You know what I mean?
That or maybe he lost a bet. I don't know, man. But I wouldn't do it. So
yeah.
So,
no, for sure.
Yeah, what's up? How you doing, man?
I think if I shaved my beard, just continuing on that, if I shaved my beard, I think Hannah would probably not look at me. And I think if I move my shoulder,
you can be like, where's my man?
You can see the cat on.
Yeah, if I shave myself, then I'd look like a fat kid, dude. I wouldn't want to do it. No. That's probably why Techie keeps his long.
I'm actually scared of what I would look like without a beard. I've seen pictures of me without facial hair. I don't think we're ever going down that route. Like that's not.
You look like you'd be 14 years old.
I've even cut it and like left it to where I just have like chin hair, and that's. I don't think that's a look for me. I don't think that's it. I think Hannah would agree.
Yeah, if you just have chin hair, only and nothing else, you kind of look like your puberty is just kicked in. So don't do it. Don't do it.
Shout out Marcus the Water Boy Boucher. But no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, Waterboy can pull it off. He's been having that look forever. I think Marcus, but what's up, Walter, man?
I think Marcus had that like clean shaven, like just the chin hair when I first met him. He now has like a beard now, but yeah, dude, I'm doing good. Sorry, I'm getting off on a side tangent, but yeah, no, I'm doing good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling rejuvenated. Giants are playing in about an hour, so yeah, man, nothing but good things right now.
Yeah, it's good, and I'm glad baseball season is starting up because I mean, aside from the Sharks, I mean, it's a great story, and I'll be honest, I haven't been following them a whole lot, but now and then I'll peek in, I'll catch what's going on, and I mean, it's great that they're finally getting the shine because they've been so, they've been like in the doldrums forever, and basketball it's very hard and very humbling when you come down from the mountain. From the top of the mountain basketball wise, because it's a hell of a time getting up there, but the drop off can be sharp and swift, and that's kind of where we're at right now. So it's not looking good. So if we have baseball back, you know what? That'll be a nice little distraction until out of what's going on with the Warriors until we find out what's happening next season. But But yeah, also, I'm curious about these crab sandwiches that I keep hearing about. So I'm pretty sure they're super duper expensive. And I'm pretty sure you got maybe $2 of actual crab meat in there. But you know what? I'm for the experience, I'll do it. I'll try it once. I'll try it once.
Look. So we're always trying to create content here on the pod, right? And I've been doing a couple of short videos, which a lot of people got mad at me for my Mount Rushmore. I don't know if you saw that video that I put out there, AJ, on my shorts on YouTube. Go ahead and check it out. But my Mount Rushmore, I put Willie Mays, I put Barry Bonds, I put Mad Bum, and I put Tim Lincecum. And a lot of people were really upset that I didn't put, like Will Clark and I didn't put Willie McCovey and Juan Marichal, which again, those guys are legends. But the way that I kind of came to it was that I felt that I needed to include people on my Mount Rushmore. I'm not the gatekeeper. I'm not Nicole V here for the Giants. I'm not the gatekeeper of this is the Mount Rushmore. It's my Mount Rushmore. And I leaned more towards guys that I saw with my own two eyes. Right. So anyways, talking about content, you can check in on that after, but talking about content and wanting to create all these shorts, I might give you a crab sandwich review. The first time I'm able to go back to the ballpark, I might go get a crab sandwich. I'll show you guys. You guys can watch me eat it, and then I'll give a scale. I'll tell you if it's worth it or not. Per like the dollar amount versus how good it tastes. I'll tell you if it's good or not. I think Peter in the YouTube chat, if he's in here, I think Peter has tried the crab sandwich. And I think he liked it, but I'm not entirely sure. If Peter's in the chat, go ahead and let us know what you think on the crab sandwich. But yeah, man, I'll do a review for you, AJ.
You know what? I'll do you one better. If we're talking about creating content, you let me know when you're going. I'll meet you there because I didn't make it down to the yard last year. I meant to, but I let myself get caught up. This year, I want to go. So you tell me when you're going. I'll meet you there, and we'll do a side-by-side comparison.
Let's do it. We'll call it Two Pallets. Passion for the Two Pallets. How about that?
There you go. Maybe we'll be rocking in the back so he can show us what his brand new cut. That guy always has new hair.
Tacky looking like Oscar the Grouch coming out of the trash can in the back. Yeah.
No, I thought Tacky looked like Pigpen. He'd be over there like digging in the bottom of discarded popcorn buckets, But Tacky doesn't drink anymore, so actually he might be on his best behavior. So I'm actually kind of curious to see what that looks like. Although we all know sober Tacky isn't as fun as drunk Tacky, but who knows? Maybe he'll turn it around. But yeah, you let me know. I'll go up there.
I have to message Tacky back. I think he sent me a message the other day, but I didn't know if it was him. I didn't know if it was spam or somebody broke into his Twitter or something. Sorry, that just got me thinking about Tacky, and I didn't respond to his message. I had to respond to him. I don't know if he's in here, but yeah. No,
Tacky's the everyman of the chat.
We'll do that, bro. We'll do that.
Tacky's the everyman of the chat. He's picking fights everywhere, so he keeps things interesting. He's a content machine for sure. But yeah, man, you let me know. We're never scared. We can kind of show some of these other pods that have opinions what fan engagement looks like. So I mean, I'm just there. There it is. Yeah. There it is. It's there. I said it. Right. I said it. So all right.
Just your taste buds, man. Just your taste buds, man. We'll do that. That'll be the show of it. Just
something buds, like that. How's Wally Jr.?
The kid is doing well. He's moving a little bit, so we might be wrapping the show up in a little bit. But he's still sleeping. I think he might be trying to let out a little bit of gas. Got a little bellow in there, but he's doing good, man. He's doing good. We're good. Mom's doing good too. So yeah, man, it's kind of surreal to be a dad, and I'm responsible for a child. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's different. See, Derek only has to be responsible for Harmony, right? And all he has to do is just kind of change the oil. And maybe change the wig every once in a while, they kind of keep things fresh. I mean that it's totally different from having a baby. Trust me. So, did you get yourself a boppy?
Wait, what?
Did you get yourself a boppy?
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay. Good. Those things will come in handy, especially when you're watching TV. So.
Oh yeah,
bro. So, yeah. Don't forget. The remote in your right hand. And your right hand goes across the body.
Yep.
So baby's head is in your right elbow, and then with that setup, you use the left hand to hold the bottle, so you can feed him and you can change the channel at the same time.
That's
there you go.
That's exactly the setup, bro. That's the setup with the remote. That's the setup with my phone. That's the setup, dude. That's a setup for sure.
Yeah. Well, then, dude, then you got this, Walter. Everything else will take care of itself, man.
How do I position him? How do I position him when I'm doing the podcast? You know what I mean? Like, does the mic have to go over on my left side and his head's on the right? Is his head right under the microphone? Like, how do we? I don't know how we can position that.
Okay, now you're doing too much, Walter. Hold on. Take it easy. Baby steps, okay? Baby steps.
Yeah. You got to learn to crawl before you can walk, right? I've been reading the baby books.
Yeah. Exactly. And he's just starting to roll around. There's plenty of time to figure that out. So for right now, just take it easy, okay? Take it easy. So.
All right, AJ.
That's cool, Walter. I'm happy for you, man.
Dude, I appreciate you calling in, and yeah, man, we'll get together for sure. We'll try those crab sandwiches.
I'm down. Let's do it.
All right, bro. AJ Cruz, that is the cruise line, the namesake of the cruise line. Hold on, AJ, you still there? Oh no, AJ left. I thought I cut him off, but he is gone. He is gone. AJ, thank you for calling in, man. Anyone else wants to chime in before these last couple of minutes? Go ahead and give me a call. 925. What's the phone number? I'm waiting for it to come up on the scroll. It's coming up on the scroll. You can call that number that's on there. What is it? 925. 392-5348. That is the phone number if you want to call in to the cruise line. Give me your thoughts on the Giants going into spring training. Thoughts on Tony Vitello. Your thoughts on the roster construction. Are you overwhelmed? Are you okay with the lack of moves like Roberto Martinez was earlier in the YouTube chat? You guys let me know what you're thinking here in the YouTube chat. So let's go back out to the YouTube chat, see what you guys are talking about. Pat H. Crap section. What's up, Pat H? Good to see you. Going back to that question that Peter asked earlier, who's the best team in the National League that can go toe-to-toe with the Dodgers? A lot of you guys are saying Phillies, but you got to see the status of Zach Wheeler. Yeah, when if you're not the Dodgers and you have starting pitching that is a little banged up and your depth isn't as deep, it doesn't go well. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. I don't know how good the Phillies starting rotation is going to be. Actually, by the way, let me pull this up. I have this up here. I was going to go through the Giants depth chart, but we will shortly. Let me look over at the Phillies real quick. Let me see the Phillies because maybe I'm talking out of turn. Maybe I'm thinking something happened that didn't happen. So their roster, you got the same stuff. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. Yes, and then you got Alec Boehm there. Yep, Brandon Marsh, Adolis Garcia. Wow, they added Adolis Garcia. Huh? Look at that. Bryson Stott. They brought back JT Realmuto. He was also on my list for free agency. Justin Crawford. Okay, so that's their pitchers, and their hitters, their lineup. Their pitching. Okay, so Christopher Sanchez, we know that he's good. Jesus Luzardo. He was banged up a lot last year, so yeah, I forgot that he was actually on the team. So Jesus Luzardo, okay, he's decent. Aaron Nola, yes. Taijuan Walker, Andrew Painter. See, that's the situation right here. Taijuan Walker, he's decent. He's decent enough. Andrew Painter, I don't really know. I mean, they can be okay. Their pitchers can be okay, but Zach Wheeler, you throw him in there, then maybe they can go toe to toe. But the Phillies have a lot of guys that strike out. So that's the thing. You have to find kind of what the Blue Jays were last year, kind of get a carbon copy of that, in that you got to get a team that doesn't strike out a lot. You got to get a team that puts the ball in play, that makes you get defensive outs. If you have a team that goes up against the Dodgers and they strike out at an enormously high tick, that team is not going to be successful in the postseason, especially if they don't have the pitching to match them blow for blow. So, but yeah, you guys are liking the Phillies. All right, I'll have to dive into the Phillies a little bit, but I do like the Mets a little bit more than the Phillies, just because their offense. I mean, their offense is next level now. You look at their offense: Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, Bo Bichette, Jorge Polanco, Marcus Semien, Brett Beatty, Francisco Alvarez, Luis Roberts. I mean, my God, who don't they have on that team? Jesus. And then their pitching is actually not too bad either. They traded for Freddie Peralta. You got David Peterson, Clay Holmes, Sean Manaea, Kodai Senga. So they have pretty good pitching as well. The problem with the Mets is that they always met. So that's the thing there. So let's go ahead and get back out to the YouTube chat, see what else we're talking about. Yeah, Zach Wheeler out for the first 2 months. Not a good start. Not a good start for the Phillies. Let's see what else. The free game of the day today is the Giants. Oh, is it the free game of the day today for the Giants? Look at that. Everybody's dialed into Tony Vitello. everybody is wanting to see how this experiment goes. But yeah, no, I'll probably have to turn that on and see what the Giants look like. I don't know if we have a roster out yet, or I'm sorry, a lineup. Let me go ahead and check Shayna Rubin, or Susan Slusser. Susan Slusser is pretty good with that. Let's see what we got here. If we do have a lineup already, because the game starts soon. Here it is. We got the first Giants lineup of the spring per Shayna Rubin. You got Harrison Bader leading off. You got Christian Koss batting second. At second, you have Elliot Ramos batting third in left field. Bryce Eldridge playing first base today, batting cleanup. Gerard Encarnacion in right field batting fifth. Casey Schmidt batting sixth at third base. Daniel Susac, who he will be on the roster with the Rule 5 draft pickup. He will be on the roster this year. Daniel Susac batting seventh. He is catching today. Eric Haas is batting eighth in the DH spot, and Tyler Fitzgerald. Damn, I forgot Tyler Fitzgerald was on this roster. Tyler Fitzgerald is batting ninth in the shortstop position with Hayden Birdsong on the mound today. So that's what you have to look forward to see some of these position battles play out. Who's going to be the second bench guy behind Casey Schmidt? You know, Casey Schmidt's going to be on this roster just because of his glove, and he has multiple positional versatility. But I mean, everybody else, Gerard Encarnacion, is he going to be the fourth outfielder? Is Luis Matos going to be the fourth outfielder? Susac is going to be the backup catcher because you have to keep him on the roster or you forfeit a draft pick. Christian Koss is most likely going to be on the roster as well. Loved what I saw from Christian Koss last year. No, that is not why I named my kid Christian, but it just so happened to be that's his name. Sorry, I was getting a phone call, making sure that wasn't one of you guys. If it was one of you guys, give me a call back. But I'm pretty sure that it was spam, and we don't want to have a spam call here on the podcast. So let's go out to the YouTube chat before we wrap everything up here. Which this is incredible. Christian, he was sleeping. Just to fill in my better half, he was sleeping. He started sleeping at like 9 o'clock. No, I'm sorry. That's when I fed him. Right? That's when I fed him. What's that? No, that's when he fell asleep. Okay, that's when he fell. Yeah, so he fell asleep at 9 o'clock, and so he's been sleeping for 2 hours. I just jinxed it. He's gonna wake up now. Over 2 hours. He hasn't done this in quite some time, guys. So I mean, he did it yesterday morning, but he has struggled to stay asleep. So you guys have Christian to thank for me sticking around as long as I am. I'm not doing the show for 2 hours, but I mean we've done an hour. I thought I was going to do 20 minutes. I didn't think this was going to go over well at all. But hey, we try and we succeed. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here in the YouTube chat. Gas pedo. Thank you, Rockin'. Yeah, pedo is gas or fart in Spanish. Thank you for the translation. And Mike Val needed the translation. Oh no, I'm sorry, transistor radio. I read that wrong. I read that wrong, Mike. But Mike does need the translation. I don't think that he understands Spanish too well. Maybe you do, Mike. Maybe I'm disrespecting your Latin flavor there. But transistor radio, baby style, for baseball games. Yeah, we will be taking him to a baseball game at some point. We'll have to figure out when we can. It might be that Met series, to be honest. I think that's at the end of May or end of April. It might be end of April. Can't remember what day it was. I think it was end of April. But yeah, we might make it out there. Got to take him out there. Got to take him out there and know the hurt. Know the hurt. But also, full disclosure, I am going to let him pick. I'm going to give him a Giants hat. I'm going to give him a Blue Jays hat. I keep forgetting that the camera's over here. I'm going to give him a Blue Jays hat and a Giants hat, and I'm going to let him decide what pain he wants to suffer for the rest of his life. I'm not going to force the Giants on him. No, I am going to force the Giants on him. Come on, but I'll make him choose. I'm just curious. I'm curious where his loyalties lie, because he was in his mom's belly rooting for the Blue Jays. He was actually in Disneyland when the Dodgers won the World Series. So he might actually have the Dodger hate ingrained in him from infancy, because I mean, we were pissed off that we were there and having to look at all these Dodger fans just smiling and yeah. That's my imitation of a Dodger fan. So maybe can you confirm or deny? Was he punching? Was he punching you at that moment? Was he kicking? Confirmed. Okay, so he was pissed. He was pissed that the Dodgers won the World Series. So he might just by trade, by DNA, he might be a Giants fan. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm just or he might be a Blue Jays fan because he was rooting for the Blue Jays. I don't know. It can go either way. He can be both. How about that? He can be both. He can have whatever he wants. Let's see what else here on the YouTube chat. Christian is a fan of Passion for the Pastime. Yes, he is. He's been listening to his dad yap for about an hour. So, yeah, choose your destiny. Christian was at the Dodgers parade. No, he was not at the Dodgers parade. Damn it! Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't talk. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the cat. You can see the cat over there. She's listening to me. She's like, Dad. She's like, why are you shouting? She thinks I'm talking to her right now. She's looking at me. She's like, why are you yelling right now? I'm just talking baseball. She might jump on me, guys. I don't know. But all right. Real quick before I get on out of here, let's talk about this Giants roster. Let me pull up, because we were talking about the Giants roster, how we're all feeling about it. Let me pull that up again. We got that there. Let's go back to the Giants. You guys want to look at the Dodgers lineup just for shits and giggles? Let's we're gonna relive this pain. God, man, they have Kyle Tucker hitting second. Oh, they have Teoscar Hernandez batting seventh. This is just stupid. All right, so Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Tucker, Mookie Betts. Are we all pissed again looking at this? Are we all mad? Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Tucker, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Max Muncy. He just got that big contract, didn't he? Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pajes, and Hai-Sung Kim. They don't even need half of this roster. You got Miguel Rojas. Oh my God, Miguel Rojas, the damn asshole. He's the one that hit the home run, right, in the World Series. He's the one that hit the home run to tie the game. God, getting all pissed off looking at this roster again. Alex Freeland, Alex Call. Their roster. Oh, geez. Yamamoto, Glasnow, Emmett Sheehan, Roki Sasaki. Oh God, I forgot that they got Edwin Diaz. Tanner Scott. I don't know, guys. I don't know what we're gonna do. Ooh, McDonald's commercial on this page. Might get McDonald's later. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the final thing here. We'll get out. No, I don't want the Dodgers lineup anymore. I want the Giants. Switch over to the Giants. Here we go. All right. What's kind of a buzzkill now? Looking at the Dodgers lineup and then now switching over to the Giants. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to do that. I think we're all pissed off now. Let's see here real quick. Yeah, F the Dodgers, F Ohtani, F Tucker, F them all. Yeah, I agree. I'm just gonna leave this up here. F the Dodgers. Yeah, Like that. All right, so let's see. We got Luis Ariz. Oh, he's moving one more time. He might be getting up. He might be tired of this. Luis Ariz, Rafael Devers, Willie Damas. It is a good top end of the lineup. It is really good. I mean, like I said, adding Luis Ariz and quite frankly adding Harrison Bader, it does stretch out the lineup a little bit. Luis Ariz, Rafael Devers, Willie Adames, Matt Chapman, Jung-Hoo Lee, Elliot Ramos, Harrison Bader, Bryce Eldridge, and Patrick Bailey. I think the only thing that I would do is I would probably switch Harrison. No, Harrison Bader strikes out a lot. I'd probably switch Elliot Ramos and Jung-Hoo Lee. Have that thump behind these guys just to. I know he gets ball in play, Jung-Hoo Lee, but to have that power threat because he's not really a power threat guy either. We essentially have two Luis Ariz, but Jung-Hoo Lee is nowhere near Luis Ariz, but he can be. I would probably move Elliot Ramos and Jung-Hoo Lee. I would swap those guys. And yeah, I think everything else is set. I mean, ideally, I would want to put Jung-Hoo Lee batting ninth. Am I crazy for that? I know he gets the ball in play, but point being, you get leadoff hitter 2.0. You get Jung-Hoo Lee and Luis Ariz 9-1, and then you got Rafael Devers, Willie Adames, Matt Chapman to follow that up. That's I think that would be pretty sick. And I feel like Jung-Hoo Lee would get better pitches to hit because you don't want him on base with Luis Ariz, Rafael Devers, and Willie Adames coming up, especially. So yeah, because if you swap these guys, you got Jung-Hoo Lee in front of Harrison Bader. I feel like Jung-Hoo Lee would get a lot more junk because you can strike out Harrison Bader. So, and then you got Bryce Eldridge, which nobody really knows how he's going to adjust, and he strikes out a lot too. So. I think having Jung-Hoo Lee in that 6th spot might be detrimental to him. I would probably put him in the 9th spot. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of that. And then we got Daniel Susac. This is projections, by the way, projected bench. Daniel Susac, Gerard Encarnacion, Casey Schmidt, and Drew Gilbert is going to be your 4th/5th outfielder. I guess maybe 4th outfielder, and then Gerard Encarnacion's kind of your DH, your first baseman, your outfielder, all that kind of stuff. And then the pitching lineup here, pitching rotation. You got with Logan Webb. He might win the Cy Young this year. I think that he's on the doorstep of that. I think that he could win the Cy Young this year. That's going to be my prediction. We'll do predictions towards the start of the season prior to opening day, which is on Netflix, by the way. I forgot that it's on Netflix. The Wednesday of opening week, I think it was the 25th. March 25th is when opening day is against the Yankees. 5:05 start on Netflix. So you guys got to get your Netflix in order. Get your passwords from your family, and make sure you got that good to go. Myself included. Robbie Ray, number 2. Tyler Malley, Adrian Hauser, Landon Roop. Very underwhelming. Very underwhelming starting rotation. just got to be honest. Their bullpen might be equally underwhelming. Ryan Walker, the closer. My God, you guys ready for that? You guys ready for that again? Ryan Walker, Eric Miller, love Eric Miller. Yoel Peguero, Jose Buteau, Matt Gage, Spencer Bivens, Sam Hentges. I don't know how to say that. JT Brubaker. That is your team. Jason Foley will factor in there. He was the free agent signing from the Tigers. Randy Rodriguez will factor in there at some point. Not sure what his timetable is, but you have over here. You have the injury surgery date that was September 24th, 2025. So I don't know. Maybe that's a return around All-Star break. Is that what we're looking at? Maybe a little later, actually. I'd have to look into that, see where we're at. I love Randy Rodriguez. I said prior to Camilo Doval getting traded last year that Randy Rodriguez would be the closer of the future, and then they made the move. I was just like, oh shit, he's the closer of now. So hell yeah. And then he got hurt, and that sucked. But yeah, those two guys coming into the bullpen maybe makes this bullpen look a little better. But still very, very underwhelming. Let's go ahead and look at the spring schedule here while we're looking. And I'll get back into the YouTube chat shortly. And we'll wrap things up. We got the Mariners today. You got the Cubs, the A's. This game, the 27th, that will be because all these games are audio cast, right? They're all audio cast for the most part. But the 27th, during Papa and Silver, which Papa will not be on the show, doing his medical stuff. But the 27th, Papa or Silver and I think it's Carlos Ramirez filling in that day. Our show will be cut short because we will be carrying the Giants and Dodgers game, which is at 12:05 our time, 1:05 in Arizona. So mark that in your calendars for when you want to listen to Giants baseball on the radio. Obviously, you can listen to it today and tomorrow. They will be on KMBR, but during the week, they're a little sparsely spread out. But the 27th will be the first one during the week against the Dodgers. If you guys want to listen to that, and let's see the rest of this. The March 3rd will also be on KMBR. That'll be the Giants against the United States. So maybe Logan Webb will be pitching against his own team. Who knows? But that'll be fun. And then on the 7th is when the WBC starts. So we'll talk more WBC as we get closer to that. If you guys know me, I'm a Giants head. I'm a baseball head. But yeah, no, you guys know for sure that I love me some WBC. So we'll definitely dive into that when we get closer. We'll look at some of the rosters. We'll power rank, right? We'll look at who the best teams are. But I think without question, it's Japan and United States. I think without question. But Dominican Republic, I think is still pretty good. They don't have Willie Adames, but Rafael Devers will be on that team. Sandy Alcantara is on that team as well. The Dominican Republic looks pretty stacked as of right now. We'll have to remember who else is on the team officially, but I believe Julio Rodriguez is on there. Juan Soto, right? He's Dominican, so I believe that he's on that roster as well. So we'll have to look at that as we get closer to WBC. Again, that is March 7th when it's starting. But this is a little bit of the schedule, and then as I mentioned, opening night. Opening day, opening ceremonies will be March 25th against the Yankees at 5:05, and then you get that weird off day when everyone else is playing in the world of baseball, and then you got your official Giants opening day, 1:35 against the Yankees at Oracle Park. So that'll be a fun weekend of baseball, kicking it off against the Yankees. You get to see not Jung-Hoo Lee. You get to see Aaron Judge hit home runs into the Cove again, hit tanks. I remember we saw him last year just hit tanks. Just God, man, he was hitting baseballs like Barry Bonds was out there. You know what I mean? Like he was crushing it. He was crushing it. But anyways, yeah, that is the schedule, and we'll play. You guys want to play the schedule game? Not right now, obviously, but you guys want to play the schedule game at one point or another. It's 162, bro. It's not the same thing as when they play the schedule game of 18 weeks of football. 162. I don't know. That might be a whole podcast if we go through series by series. But well, we could do it real quick. I could just look at like, oh, we got 4 for the Mets. They're probably gonna lose 3 out of 4. Like, they got the Phillies. They're probably gonna get swept out. They'll win 1 game on this homestand. Oh God, yeah, they do have a rough. By the way, talking about win totals, they do have a rough start to the season. They got the Yankees, the Padres, the Mets, the Phillies, the Orioles, but on the road that'll be tough. On the road in Cincinnati, that'll be tough. Nationals, don't sleep on the Nationals, man. Nationals are up and coming. Then you got the Dodgers. Marlins are probably your first break. And then you get the Phillies in Philadelphia. Let's see what else is going on in May. Damn. And then you got Tampa. When does the schedule let up? When the Pirates come to town? And then you'll get Paul Skeens on the mound for K-pop fireworks night. K-pop Demon Hunters. Hell yeah, dude. We're gonna go to that one. We're gonna go to that game. Let's see what else. And then you got the Dodgers. Jesus, this schedule sucks. I don't know if we're gonna do the schedule game. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do that. I don't know if we're gonna. I don't know if I can. I don't know if we can all stomach, uh, just me rattling off losses for the Giants. But we can. We can if we want to. All right, guys. Let's go through the chat one more time. I'll get on out of here. I ain't going back to Mickey D's until the McRib comes back. Hell yeah, AJ. You put your foot down. The McSausage finger. You guys are crazy. Get yourself a black box, Walter. You can watch all the games in other markets. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for that. Let's see what else. I'm gonna go Giants versus. Oh, is that who they're playing? I was like, who the fuck is that team? When I was looking at it with, I think I was talking to Silver. I was like, who the fuck? Okay, all right, that's who it is. Okay, so you're going. What date you going? Oh, you're going on the 24th. Okay, all right. Peter checks in. The crab sandwich is always a go-to. Hell yeah. If Peter's still in here, what would you rate it on a, because I know your palate is pretty good. Peter needs to start doing some food reviews his damn self. Maybe we'll go to the ballpark and we'll he'll be the third with me and AJ. We'll rate the crab sandwich together. But no, he knows his food, man. So Peter, let me know. Let me know your grade for the crab sandwich. Where would you put it on a scale from 1 to 10? Where would it be as far as ballpark food that you have ingested? Let's see. Got to bust out all my WBC hats. Yeah, dude. How is the USA? It's just the US, right? The US with the star in the back. That's the WBC hat, right? I think so. Let's see here. What else we got? Yes, let's play the schedule game. All right, we'll do that for 2 hours. I'll have Danny Dunn sit in with me, so it's not just redundancy. We can debate why the Giants will suck. Okay. Well, you know what's gonna happen. We're just gonna make it equal 81 games that they win. We're gonna make it equal a 500 season. All right, so let's see what else we got here. That would be amazing to see Logan Wood pitch against the Giants. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. That rotation, by the way, for Team USA, pretty damn solid, dude. Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, Logan Webb. My God, that's pretty damn good. I remember last WBC they didn't really have like great pitching like that. They have really good pitching. They could potentially win it. Jesus, yeah, Jesus. Let's see. Let's start the season 2 months late. Yeah. I'll shoot you a pick. Yes, US and A is the star. Okay, cool. Okay. US is the yeah. I got you. Walter Def missed us, and Hannah might be like, when is he gonna be done? No, she's definitely like, you shut the hell. No, she's not. No, it's all good because Christian's sleeping. If he was awake, and I'm doing this and like screaming, because he has lungs on him, man. If he was screaming, that would be a problem. But no, I wouldn't be doing that. But all right, so I'm gonna get on out of here. He's good though. Look at this little angel here. You guys see this? Look at this little angel. This dude has been sleeping. Is it working? It's not paused, right? Yeah, he's been sleeping the whole time. Look at this little angel boy. All right. You guys will see more of him as we continue to do these shows. But I appreciate all of you. I appreciate Rockin'. I appreciate AJ. Appreciate my guy Otis coming in here. Lori, Peter, Mike Val, Roberto Martinez was in here as well. I think, did we see Victor Stevenson? Was that just yesterday? No Victor today. But I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all you guys stopping by here on a Saturday morning. Maybe this is the new schedule, guys. Maybe this is what we do. We do Saturday mornings, Saturday and Sunday mornings. Who knows? We'll have to see how it all goes. But I will tell you this: we will continue to do the podcast. We will be here. Don't know when, but set those notifications. Please hit the like button, set the notifications, because you don't want to miss out on the great conversations that we will continue to have throughout this baseball season. I love that baseball is back. I love that we're about to get Giants baseball here in about 30 minutes. Again, Mike Val said that it's the free game of the game, or free game of the day on MLB.com, MLB Network, or whatsoever. But also you can listen to it on KMBR on the radio. So you guys have a good one. I enjoy being back. I love having these conversations with you guys. We will continue to do it as Giants baseball continues, and we'll talk more about our expectation level. Well, what do we think the Giants are going to accomplish in 2026? Is it playoff or bust? I don't know. We'll talk about that as we get closer to, and we'll do some award predictions towards the end of spring training. So you guys have a good one. Be safe. I hope you guys had a great time today here on the podcast. I know I damn sure did. So you guys have a good one. Be safe and have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next time.